season of Virgo, second new moon in Virgo during the Virgo season. So, cosmically, this is an anomaly and it intensifies the portal of planting seeds, which is the new moon's frequency and vibe. So, when two new moons fall in the same sign within the lunar cycle, it's technically or considered a cosmic anomaly. So the first new moon in Virgo we had was the 23rd of August at 0 degrees. And this second one is at 29 degrees, which is an anaretic karmic fated degree, basically meaning that it is a ripening and a release point. So the fact that it's a second new moon in the same sign, it moves with the vibe in the sense of a full moon, having to do with releasing. So because this second one is also a solar eclipse, this is not just a reset collective. It is literally an irreversible timeline shift. So basically the caterpillar to a butterfly, not going back into a caterpillar. You're a butterfly, you got your wings, it's time to fly, my love. Now, when we talk about the Virgo energy, this is basically solidifying the Virgo's archetype within the collective's DNA. Basically, what's being solidified into the collective's DNA is purification, discernment, embodiment, service, sovereignty of health, and sacred order. So, with this eclipse at 29 degrees opposing Saturn that's at 29 degrees retrograde in the sign of Pisces, making it the opposition, this is going to trigger the axis of service, Virgo, and surrender, Pisces. Now, in general, anywhere you have an opposition in your natal chart, loves, this is a position of revelation where one cannot escape the truth of imbalance. So any type of false service, as we're looking at this from a Virgo Pisces perspective, any level of false service is going to collapse or has been collapsing in order for real soul aligned service to anchor. So anyone clinging to any sort of victim martyr scripts may feel exposed. But those of you that choose mastery and devotion are going to now sense yourself stepping into new authority. So the Virgo 29 degrees, you can basically view it as the priestess healer, discerning what is pure versus what is poisoned. Now, Saturn being in retrograde in Pisces at 29 degrees, this opposition, again, opposition is revelation, okay? This opposition is basically revealing to you the karmic elder test, whether surrender is authentic or self-delusion. So the fact that this is a second new moon and eclipse at that, quantum mechanically, this is basically bringing forth a cosmic sealant. So the first new moon was an initiation of the clearing. Basically, with both of them being in the same sign, two new moons in the same sign, the loop is basically being closed. So karma and dharma converge at this point. The first new moon is initiating the clearing, while the second one is the cosmic sealant, which is also going to bring forth the locking in of the new template. So basically, this would be Virgo stating there are no half measures you can take at this point. This is the time, and this time, the body, the earth, and the soul must align or the system will purge. The system is going to purge regardless. Okay? The system is going to purge regardless. Any system that is clinging to victim martyr scripts is going to be purged. Okay? So, along with that, when we're speaking of the stars and the asteroids, the undercurrents that are also assisting in this new moon phase. At 29 degrees of Virgo, it brings the new moon close to the fixed star Zenaya. Now, Zenaya in Virgo's constellation is connected to refinement, sacred feminine grace, but also judgment. Asteroids such as Hygeia, which has to do with healing, Ceres, which has to do with nurturing, and Astrea, which has to do with justice, are also working through the activation, okay, and this eclipse energy, making it a feminine coded eclipse to the extreme. So basically anything in connection to feminine technologies of order, discernment, and truth-telling cannot be ignored at this point. This was the questions that came across as well for the collective over on TikTok. And these are questions for you here as well, collective. When it comes to this eclipse, in order to embody truth. Question 1. Are you living, collective, are you living in alignment with the vessel, which is your body, as temple? Are you living in alignment with the vessel as temple? Are you living in alignment with the vessel as temple? Question 2. Are your daily rituals aligned with cosmic order or with distortion and escapism? Question 2. Are your daily rituals aligned with the cosmic order or with distortion of escapism? Question 3. Where is service pure? And where is it polluted by ego or expectation? Question 3. Where is service pure? And where is it polluted by ego or expectation? If you answer these questions honestly, you'll feel the control and power you have to reorganize your life. Not answering them honestly, you feel that your lives you feel as though your life is being organized for you. So as some of these systems crash, you allow the crash of that system to affect you where you feel as though you have no control over your life, when in reality, you do. So systems will collapse where lies have been allowed to stand. Because Saturn and Pisces is involved, this isn't just a moment, collective. This is karmic tribunal. So what collapses now had to collapse from the jump anyway. But what endures was meant to be eternal. And none of this is to be forced. There shouldn't be it shouldn't be forced for something to collapse or forced for it to endure. This new moon in Virgo is the final sorting of Virgo Pisces polarity, reflection, in its karmic spiral. Basically, Virgo's body and craft versus Pisces spirit and dissolution. There's an integration now where heaven, Pisces, is grounded into earth, Virgo. So you hear the statement about bringing heaven on earth quite often. Well, this is the currency, the cosmic alignment where that is happening, whether one is ready for it too or not. Bringing in the most high version, you as an extension of the most high within the vessel. Okay? So, this second new moon as a solar eclipse at Virgo's final degree. This is the absolute truth here now. It is the cosmic stamp of correction. It is Irreversible alignment. What is false dissolves, what is pure ascends. The double moon basically means you cannot escape the clause. There are no do-overs. The body, the spirit, the daily, and the eternal are breathed together. A new order of service, truth, and embodiment is sealed into the earth's grid. So now, when there's a solar eclipse, the moon is in between the earth and the sun. If you're looking at this from your body's perspective, the moon, your emotions connected to memories, is sitting between the earth, heart chakra, put the H that's at the end of heart at the beginning. Your emotions connected to memories that is being purged and dissolved is sitting in between your heart and your crown. We can take it to the solar plexus. You can take it from the solar plexus, starting from the point of being in between the heart and the solar plexus. So that point in the middle, from that point up to your crown. It's being cleared at this time. What's this? It's being cleared at this time. Because for some of you, this is the exact reason as to why your foundation, your root chakra has possibly been off here. Okay? Yeah, see? This will allow you to choose wisely moving forward. But there has to be a clearing for there to be an awakening or a sudden revelation within your vessel. This new moon is helping with that clearing. So it's clearing things out from the nervous system in general. Okay? So basically, we can look at this eclipse not just as something that is celestial, we can look at this also as a psychic surgery of memory, where there's a cutting away of what blocks the artery of truth between the heart and the source of light. It's pretty deep. So when the moon blocks the sun, the subconscious past, memory, emotion is literally pulled into awareness, obscuring the spirit's light so that it can be faced, purged, and reset. This eclipse collective is going to momentarily pull the emotional body, the moon, between these centers so that unresolved gut traumas when it comes to your will, your power, control, and heart imprints when it comes to love, grief, devotion, can clear before the crown fully opens into the Great Awakening. You can look at this as the moon is moving as a filter right now, burning away memory residues so the crown can receive light without distortion. It's your body's own initiation collective in real time. And overall, every eclipse is a collective heart surgery. Where the moon basically dredges memories so that the heart can be purified. And only after this does the crown receive the Great Awakening, true vision beyond the veil of memory and emotion. It is not it's not in a sense of darkness hiding the light, but more so a precise calibration of clearing between the vessel, heart, earth, and the eternal light, sun, source. Because for some of you, you know what, that in your reality, your physical reality, there's been an issue with choosing wisely when it comes to standing your ground in a situation, trusting yourself to stand your ground, and choosing wisely, choosing with wisdom when there's something you're doing or taking part in that's not in alignment to your heart chakra. It doesn't allow you to feel tempered with the 14 here. But that's neither here nor there, because this is what this message is for, to get to the bottom of it. Because this eclipse is basically giving your body the reminder before the vision or crown awakening can be gifted. So, let's look at this for each sign. Let's look at this for each sign here. Okay. Let me see. Mars was also at 29 degrees in the sign of Libra. Wow. Okay. That's deep. Because with Mars sitting in the sign of Libra, also at 29 degrees, the moon right now is in Libra as well. Emotions connected to marriage when it comes to partnerships. With Mars at 29 degrees during this eclipse, actions, partnerships, desires for harmony are basically at a breaking point. And this eclipse is going to demand sovereign action without people pleasing. With Saturn in Pisces at 28 degrees, retrograde opposing the sun and the moon, it brings forth karmic judgment on service, devotion, illusion, or escapism. With Venus in Virgo at 2 degrees at that time of the exact conjunction of the sun and moon of this solar eclipse in Virgo, Venus in Virgo at 2 degrees, it brings forth the essence of love and values that start purification at the same time the eclipse closes all cycles. So as old cycles are being cleared, the residue that may remain from the old cycles are being cleansed, dissolved, purified. You are being purified as old cycles are closing out. Basically, you stepped into the portal of an answered prayer, in a sense. Literally. And while Mercury is in Libra, there's a balance when it comes to your intellect, the information that you have within your own intelligence. Communication becomes much more tender, but also karmically weighted. While Mercury is in Libra at 6 degrees, that's during that time of the eclipse. That's basically 6 is Virgo. So communication with the body, within the body. With Jupiter in Cancer, it pours over the fire of endings, cushioning collapse with emotional nourishment. So as one is being broken down and purified, there's also a soft landing spot. Because we also have Uranus and Gemini that is in retrograde, which is bringing forth breakthroughs and setting clarity when it comes to communication and networks. Neptune and Aries in retrograde. The collective vision dissolves and gives the collective the opportunity to rewrite their vision on a clean slate. And with Pluto in Aquarius, there's an evolutionary rebirth in the collective's mind, a reform of structures, dismantling false futures based on a false perception of one's current reality. Any type of wounds that the collective may have in regards to their identity with Chiron and Aries retrograde may still be raw at this time, but it's ripe enough for transmutation into leadership through vulnerability, not people please. And with the North Node in Pisces at 17 degrees, one reaches or aligns with their destiny through surrender. And the eclipse is basically pulling your soul towards dissolving ego, illusions, and embodying divine compassion. So now this eclipse ain't soft. It ain't. With multiple planets at 29 degrees and 0 degrees, it's literally the eclipse, a threshold eclipse. With 29 degrees indicating the last test of mastery and 0 degrees indicating the new birth. So the collective is literally standing at death and rebirth gates simultaneously. It's not a soft eclipse now. But I'll tell you one thing, if you are someone who is allowing the transformation to occur, you're going to feel more at ease. If you feel tensed, anxious, it's because you're holding on to something right now. That is really, it's really the moment to let it go. Because there's so much better on its way to you. But it won't show up if you don't give it space to move in. It's basically you signing a new lease or signing a contract or whatever the case may be for a new home, but someone is still living there. You can't move in. You know? So, look here. Let's say we was to look at this Virgo 29 degree solar eclipse and mapping the planetary alignments into the chakra systems of the body. The root chakra is where Pluto in Aquarius and Mars in Libra are. The sacral, the moon in Virgo. So Pluto in Aquarius and Mars in Libra having to do with action and collective rebirth at the root chakra. Sacral, moon in Virgo. Emotional memory going through purges. Solar plexus, sun in Virgo, Chiron in Aries. It's basically the sum of one's identity wound with the purification of fire. Being purified through the fire. As far as the heart chakra, we have Venus in Virgo, Jupiter in Cancer, bringing forth the purification of love and nourishment. The throat chakra, we have Mercury in Libra, diplomatic communication, karmic words. The mind's eye, first eye, Uranus in Gemini, sudden insight, shock of truth. And the crown chakra, we got Saturn in Pisces, Neptune in Aries, and North Node in Pisces. The karmic tribunal, a new vision, and the surrender, aligning with one's destiny due to surrender. So the eclipse literally is lighting up the entire chakra column, y'all, with heavy activations at the solar plexus, heart, and crown. It's pretty dope stuff. So let's look at this for all signs. And we're looking at for all signs, rising sign, you can also listen for your sun and moon. What we're going to be discussing for each sign just a bit is the irreversible correction that's being made during this solar eclipse. So for Aries rising, this Virgo 29 solar eclipse is activating your 6th house of health, service, and daily life. So Aries rising, this eclipse closes toxic service loops. Health crises or job patterns born of servitude are purged. While Saturn in Pisces is testing your spiritual surrender in your 12th house. And it's bringing forth a stop to martyring yourself in work or body. The irreversible correction for you, Aries, is a new sacred rhythm is sealed. A new sacred rhythm is sealed here. Okay? I actually want to see something. Yeah. Well, your body is now the sacred vessel of leadership. So for Aries, you cannot bypass your body. as this eclipse is going to demand purification through diet or your nutrition, rituals, service, any false service that you offer from obligate, any form of service, Aries rising, that you are offering from obligation is going to collapse. Because Saturn in Pisces is also calling you to balance devotion to your work with surrender to your spirit. So your body is now the sacred vessel of leadership, Aries. Taurus rising, this Virgo 29 degrees solar eclipse is activating your fifth house of creativity, romance, children, and pleasure. This eclipse tests your joy, Taurus. Where pleasure has become duty or distortion, it dissolves. Love triangles, false flings, or any type of half-hearted creative expressions vanish. So with Saturn in Pisces, it's also demanding your art to be devotional, not performative. So for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, you're being asked to embody sacred play as service. Gemini rising, this solar eclipse, Virgo new moon, is activating your fourth house of home, roots, and ancestors. Gemini rising, sun and moon as well. The eclipse uncovers karmic truths in your family, land, or living situations, Gemini. So for you, Gemini, any hidden ancestral patterns come to the surface for closure. While Saturn in Pisces is also pushing you towards your career authority. But in order for you to step into a level of authority career-wise, and the reason why you haven't been had to do with a clearing of the root that had to happen. So there had to be a clearing and uncovering and clearing of anything that has to do with your home, roots, and ancestors. So your home must reflect your spiritual integrity. No more illusions, Gemini. Okay? For Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, this solar eclipse, Virgo new moon, is activating your third house of mind, communication, and siblings. And for you, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, this eclipse is severing false narratives. Any half-truths, gossip, or mental clutter will dissolve during this phase. While Saturn in Pisces is testing your faith and spiritual philosophy of the ninth house, where the alignment is calling you to speak only from the embodied truth. Words as medicine, not distortion. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. For Leo, this Virgo 29 degrees solar eclipse is activating your second house of money, values, and self-worth. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. This is basically a karmic reset in resources. So this eclipse is going to clear out any money tied to lies, illusion, or compromise. While Saturn in Pisces is going to test your shared depths, intimacy, and power dynamics of the eighth house, Scorpio. So with that being said, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, your value must no longer be outsourced, as this eclipse demands sovereign wealth codes. Okay? For Virgo, this is your solar eclipse, love. Sun, Moon, Rising. This solar eclipse at 29 degrees is activating your first house of self, body, and identity. With this being your eclipse, Virgo, the double new moons in your sign means double the transformation for you, loves. So your very embodiment, Virgo, is basically being rewritten. While Saturn in Pisces mirrors relationships, karmic contracts either dissolve or mature into eternal bonds. So Virgo, this eclipse here, your eclipse, seals your selfhood as sovereign service. Libra, rising, Sun, Moon, rising. This Virgo 29 degrees solar eclipse new moon is activating your 12th house of hidden realms, endings, and spirit. So Libra, Sun, Moon, rising, the eclipse burns away any hidden enemies, subconscious sabotage, or false spiritual practices. Ooh, if you are a Libra rising with the Jupiter and Leo, this is some amazing shit happening for you here. because you're up next with Jupiter stepping into your sign. So Libra rising. If with Saturn and Pisces, it's calling you to master daily devotion without losing yourself to illusion. So Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, this Virgo 29 degrees solar eclipse is the final purge of what has haunted your soul. You awakened, cleanse. Let me, hold on. We're going to have to get you a message here, Libra. Because with it activating the 12th house of hidden realms, endings in spirit, burning away hidden enemies. Tell me more here for Libra. Because another reason why this is coming through while I'm pulling a card for Libra right now is because the moon is in Libra. So collectively, you all can listen to this in regards to 7th house matters. Especially you, Pisces rising. 7th house matters of partnerships and relationships. What's the message here? Wow, that is the completion. This is the final purge of what has haunted your soul. And this has been going on for generations. This is the card of generations, the world card. Tell me more. Wow. 2110, 910. 910, my love. Let me see. 910. We're looking at the 9 of Pentacles. I just self-inheritance, doing things on your own, trusting that you can do what you have to do for yourself. Trusting that you can do what you have to do for yourself. This may be the clearing, this is the clearing of codependent frequencies and vibrations within one's DNA that causes people pleasing at a very intense high level. This is the beautifully fated moment right now. The final purge is coming through as a soul has been coming back time after time. World card, Capricorn, Saturn coming back time after time to clear this out. This is it for you, my love. This is it. This is your moment. This is your moment. Yeah. This is your moment. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. This is it. Moon in Aquarius. Moon in Aquarius. Having to do with false relationships and communities and friendships. Pulling these cards, you could also be a Scorpio as to how significant this message is as well. Knight of Swords and the 7 of Wands. 7-7, Knight of Swords. Mars and Leo. Mars and Leo, Moon in Aquarius. It's coming across as far as why certain communities you felt alienated by or that weren't for you. You're seeing why. You're seeing your value. You're seeing your value, the truth of you, because the next new moon is your new moon, Libra rising, Libra sun and moon. It is the next new moon is yours. And this one is helping you to do the clearing that will allow you to re-emerge confident, strong, beautiful. 3 7s here. Wow. And it came out in reverse, which is basically you seeing yourself not being an option. It's more so that you are the only choice. And for others, what's clearing here is the energy of my way or the highway from a low vibrational standpoint. Yeah. With the 8 of Pentacles, Virgo, something having to do with work, career, a habit, 9 of Cups. I'm getting what's clearing here is what actually connected you to a level of escapism that had to do with the false sense of feeling amazing or just basically covering up the way you truly felt just to not reflect on it. That cycle is closing so you can truly feel joy and happiness and abundance. Yes, putting that to rest. Okay. So, moving on. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This Virgo 29-degree solar eclipse is connected to or activating your 11th house of community, visions, and alliances. So any false relationships, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and distorted communities are collapsing, will collapse, as this eclipse is going to sever karmic contracts and groups. While Saturn in Pisces for you, Scorpio, you could be dealing with the Capricorn. While Saturn in Pisces here for you, Sun, Moon, Rising, Scorpio, is testing whether your creative visions are escapist fantasies or grounded offerings. This irreversible correction here, Scorpio, is the sealing of your true soul tribe alignment. So if you decide to hold on to any type of false or distorted communities, that's a heavy price you're going to be paying there, my love. Okay? We're going to do a collective message once we get through all the signs to see what's up here. Because this Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Virgo 29 degrees solar eclipse is activating your 10th house of career, reputation, and legacy. Sagittarius, this eclipse seals your public destiny. So that's the chair. So any type of false professional roles dissolve at this moment, while Saturn in Pisces is activating your 4th house, pushing you to balance family roots with your cosmic mission. So the irreversible correction being made here for you, Sun, Moon, Rising, Sagittarius, is that your legacy must align with soul truth. Now that makes you take off the mask when you are doing what you have to do or in the public arena. So no more mask in the public arena for you, Sun, Moon, Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Sagittarius. This is your life now, sealing the fact that your legacy must align with soul truth. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. This Virgo 29 degrees solar eclipse is activating your 9th house of philosophy, travel, and higher mind. So for you, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, this eclipse is a karmic course correction in your beliefs. Any level of false teachings, empty gurus, or distorted doctrines collapse. While Saturn in Pisces is activating your 3rd house, demanding clarity in your words and teachings. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. The irreversible correction here for you is that your philosophy is sealed into service, and wisdom must now serve the collective. If you're going to serve the collective, it must be with the wisdom that you've attained from the lessons. And Saturn is your ruling planet, so I'm pretty sure if you tapped into astrology, you know not to play. Okay, you know not to play, love. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. This Virgo 29 degrees solar eclipse is activating your 8th house of intimacy, power, death, and rebirth. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. The eclipse severs karmic entanglements in intimacy, sex, or shared resources. Any old contracts dissolve now for you, Aquarius. Finally. That's what I heard. Finally. Saturn in Pisces is testing your sovereignty and wealth and power. It's basically putting you through a test through your 2nd house. The test is happening through your 2nd house. The liberation and the purging and passing the test of the 2nd house, where Saturn in Pisces is, will allow you to now, connect to the reality of severing any level of karmic entanglements in intimacy, sex, or shared resources. So this is a death and rebirth in how you merge with others. Therefore, purification of soul ties with your love island self. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, this Virgo, 29 degrees solar eclipse is activating your 7th house of relationships and partnerships. Therefore, the eclipse burns away false partnerships, and anyone not aligned with your soul truth falls away. So you may have situations, partnerships where things are abruptly changing and there are possible endings to partnerships. Listen here and listen clearly, Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. The reason why that is happening, it's because it's not aligned with your soul. Your soul is at the forefront. To disregard your soul will move on and will leave your body here. Okay. Saturn in your sign at 29 degrees is a karmic tribunal. You cannot escape self-responsibility. So the irreversible correction for you, Pisces, with the Virgo 29 degrees solar eclipse is the sealing of sacred union, both within and without. You can have the most amazing, luscious, luxurious, legendary relationships and partnerships, but you must allow that which is not aligned with your soul truth to fall away. Okay. Ophiuchus, risings, suns, moons. This is activating, because it's Ophiuchus, it overlaps 2 houses. It's activating the 8th and 9th house of mystery, wisdom, and alchemy. This eclipse pulls you into serpent fire initiation, sacred sexuality, occult mastery, and truth in higher wisdom. Saturn at 29 degrees Pisces, Ophiuchus is asking you to ground cosmic teachings into embodied practice. The irreversible correction here for you, Ophiuchus, is that this eclipse seals your role as a mystic judge, one who discerns poison from medicine. Shout out to the Sagittarius and Capricorn, because you embody that energy as well. Actually, it's Capricorn and Aquarius. Yeah, because I got the 9th and 8th. Capricorn and Aquarius. Shout out to all the signs. But Capricorn and Aquarius share the energy of what Ophiuchus is doing right now. Okay? So, with that being said, let's look into a collective message, shall we, my loves? Okay? Let's see. Show me the collective energy for this solar eclipse. For the purpose of mastery within the next 6 months, because every eclipse lasts, the energy lingers into 6 months. For the purpose of mastery. Give me a message for the purpose of mastery. For the purpose of mastery, we have emotional loss, influencing, standing your ground for positive movement forward. Wow. Definitely having to do with the level of partnerships and relationships. And this could also be coming through here much stronger with the essence of relationships, because Mars is in Libra at 29 degrees. And as we're doing this message, the moon is in Libra. Behind that, we have, conflict and defeat, spiritual union. Yeah, so there's a major clearing of the version within yourself that wasn't an actual, that wasn't and hasn't been a union within the self. So any type of partnerships and relationships that are outside of you that are falling away, collective, it's literally because it's not in alignment to your soul's path, and it keeps you away from integration. This has been a long time coming with the waiting game, to step fully and unapologetically towards your truth and move forward with precision with the Chariot here. Okay? So let's go a little bit more into this. Let me pull this here. Greetings. I'm just looking out to see the chat. My love, greetings, darling. Greetings. Let's see. Ooh, woo, wee. Let's see. Okay, we got the sun crown energy, the crown chakra. So the current energy is bringing us towards what's at the forefront of the collective. But the sun card, as we all know, it speaks of a yes. If there's a question that you've had prior to this message being started, this card as the current situation, the question to your current situation is yes. Take heed, do as you will with that, but do make sure you're moving from a high vibration. Don't do something you don't do what is not, if it's not a desire, it's not for you to do it. Okay? Know the difference between what you want and what you desire. Your want is also connected to a need, which is a fancy way of dressing up what it is that you're lacking. But if you are aware as to where you are at as far as the planet Earth, when you connect to the essence of the planet, you connect to the vibration and frequencies of your heart. And that's where your desires are. Where was he going with that? Who the fuck knows? Anyway, what's challenging this? Not the moon. Chill. House sway. Wow. What's the challenge to the current situation is the eclipse. It's the moon. Yeah, it would be. Because it's dissolving anything that is not pure. Again, the collective is in a position of a threshold of death and rebirth, of old cycles ending, while also going through the process of purification. Why is the moon a challenge? This is peeping through here. Strength. We'll see what that's about there in just a bit. What's the root of this, making the moon the challenge? Because not all has been revealed to you yet. This is the cause for someone having anxiety. Too focused on when something is going to happen instead of seeing the joy and the bliss of the current moment. So it's basically take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it step by step. Okay? Take it step by step. What's the foundation of this? The Page of Pentacles. Someone could actually be waiting for a message that hasn't come in because it came out sideways as well. Not knowing when something is going to come in, a message is going to come in. This is, okay, there might have been something where you felt as though it was supposed to come within 7 lucid moments, aka days, but it can take up to 21. Let me turn it the way it came through here. Let me see. Clarify. But we're not doing clarifying just yet. We're gonna go. What's the immediate past influence in this? What's this that's turned over here? As I'm looking at this, all I heard was, "Is it worth it? Is it worth it?" Okay, we'll keep that in mind as well. And the immediate past, wow. Truth has been revealed. Someone is struggling with the level of insight or truth they've received that has been revealed. A truth has been revealed. I'm literally seeing someone gasp for air on some, oh my God, I can't believe it. But you don't got a choice but to. Because it's the truth. Someone asks for the truth, and you can't believe what you see. It's not for you to believe it, it's for you to know. Step into the vibration of knowing. It'll allow you to be able to integrate the information. There's a balance of emotions here. But that may feel a bit strange because it's not something one is used to, the balance of emotions. It may feel as though something is an imbalance, but once again, because this solar eclipse is basically a purge of everything that's been going on from your solar plexus to your crown. It's literally purging everything from your solar plexus to your crown so that way you can receive the truth, awakening. Let's see what's at the crown with the current situation also connected to the crown with the sun. Okay. Feeling safe. There has to be a release of attachment here. There has to be a release of attachment. With the moon, this could have to do with one's roots, ancestry. Gemini, Cancer could be of significance as well. What's at the crown of this? What's at the crown? Whoa. Wait, okay. I'm going to pull one more because I heard yes to this. Yes, the yes is to this 10 of Pentacles. Generational wealth, support, family. But what about it? What's at the bottom? Take that leap of faith. Tell me more. I'm seeing a guy outside with the, that baby is so small. That baby is so small. Something about a baby, a newborn. Congratulations. Baby could be 2 to 3 months old. What's this? 5 of Cups. That just came, what I got from that really quickly was, yes, an apology is due. An apology is due. 15. An apology is due. Overdue. Apology. Yes. Because collective is the one that holds the generational wealth. Collective holds the resources of generational wealth. This is Mars in Scorpio. This could be something that's being revealed now. Well, Mars goes into Scorpio tomorrow. So what's been difficult to, so this difficulty or this discomfort and this energetic discomfort will be easier to handle, especially an intimate relationship that also have to do with shared resources. It'll be much easier to handle it. You'll notice with Mars in Scorpio, which is tomorrow, 9/22/22, which is going to help you to even build that generational wealth and legacy. Yes. Now I'm going to go here. Page of, it's 666 on the screen. Page of Pentacles, clarify the foundation. Clarify the foundation. What's this? Wow, the Chariot. Something about a car. A vehicle. I heard you'll get the approval for the vehicle. It just may take about 21 days, 21 lucid moments for that to come in. You thought it would come in 7 days. Information about a vehicle within 7 days, or information about a move within 7. Something about July also. Is this the right move? I heard. Is this the move to make? The precise move? Ooh, whoa. What is that about? Just got this cold sensation in my back, close to the solar plexus. I heard lack of belief, lack of control, or absence of belief, absence of control. The absence of belief is the absence of knowing, is the absence of knowledge. Taking a leap of faith, the absence of having the courage to take a leap of faith. Now that same sensation is in the throat chakra, speaking one's truth, speaking it into existence. Unable to speak it into existence because of a lack of belief within oneself, because of there's an absence of knowing. Okay, let's see. What's this movement? Whoa. Wow, 3 of Swords, Saturn and Libra. Some of you invested a lot of time in a partnership, Saturn and Libra. The proper move forward. The proper move is forward? Confirm. Tell me more. Proper move is forward. Yeah, so that way you can get up out of this essence of being trapped in fear. There's, okay, 5 of Swords. A lot, that's crazy. You asked for the truth, and someone either said something or you saw a message that is allowing, yes, you saw a message, or a message has been delivered to you. 4, 6, 9, 4 of Cups, Moon in Cancer. A message has been revealed to you. It could be through a family member of a truth that you possibly, something just been revealed to you. It's just been revealed to you. Why is the Moon a challenge? Hold on. Whoa, 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 whoa. The High Priestess with the 5 of Pentacles. Oh. That's what's here too. That's the 5 of Swords here. Being in partnerships where you're not being recognized. This is why there wasn't fluid movement forward. 22 for growth. 722. That's literally Leo, Cancer, Leo energy. A baby could have been born that day. That baby. The other thing I'm picking up is that, hold on. There's something here about someone's emotions, the reasons as to why they were going through financial difficulty being revealed to them by a high priestess specifically. Or the moment that you tap into the mysteries of life, it'll break you out of this financial issue that's going on. This is that Libra rising energy I'm picking up on here. Could be a Libra sun and moon, or Libra season, which is coming up. You have the Justice here. Show me that. Before we go into what's next, let's get clear of everything that's been going on. Yeah, see, there is some information that collective has received that exposed, exposed the truth. The truth has been exposed. The intel came through a vision, Mercury and Sagittarius. The intel came through the use of one's mind's eye, and it's going to become much clearer with this eclipse energy, purifying from the soul, from the solar plexus to the crown. Show me more about this at the bottom. Nine of Cups, Jupiter and Pisces. This could be the integration of certain spiritual texts. Something drastic happening that places someone on the proper path spiritually. Information that was a catalyst yeah, it was the catalyst to someone aligning with the truth of their journey. Red and white, Seven of Swords. Yeah, some level of deception. It started with yourself first. You already saw that a certain community was moving funny. It was already exposed to you that a certain community was moving funny. Moon and Mercury, you was already on it. Oh shit. So you moved through a situation as a judge. So okay, you moved through a situation as a judge with the Ten of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. Those that you moved as the extension of Source regret moving the way that they moved towards you. Five of Cups. Remember what we were saying earlier, an apology is due? Yeah. You couldn't have fear to move in this manner either. You couldn't have fear to move in this manner. Because also 8 and 11, that's 8 and 3, that's 11 too, which is 3 swords, air element showing up here. Yeah, there was an integration, Jupiter of Gemini, of the communication received through the mind's eye, Mercury and Sagittarius, about emotions connected to memories when it comes to communities. And this is being resolved on a cosmic level through a vessel. What the fuck? I'm gonna have to watch this back because you know what? What's next? The Nine of Cups and the woo. I just got chills with that one. What's next is the Nine of Cups, Jupiter and Pisces again showing up with the Page of Cups. A gentle, beautiful offer. It's the waiting to exhale offer that finally comes in. Something finally comes in. I just heard the truth. So there could be some type of emotional exchange, emotional connection. Is that what it is? What's next is also having to do with a water sign that may be younger than you, specifically Pisces or Cancer. Either someone you see in your dreams, 12th house, that you may not know, or a family member. What is this? Nine of Cups, the Nine of Cups with the Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Yo. 18. Wow, can you trust it? Anything that is already showing signs without forcing a connection to endure, it's a yes. Anything that's being forced to endure in a connection, that's a fuck no. Go back to the messages for all the signs. In general, this energy has to do with purification from the severing of an old cycle. Tell me the Page of Cups. What's the Page of Cups? What's the Page of Cups? 477 on the screen. The Page of Cups is, whoa, wow. Six of coins. I thought that's it. 6 of Cups. 6 of Coins. This has to do, yeah, this has to do with reciprocity. This is why it's also bringing forth the essence of joy and happiness. It's a moment that'll last for a lifetime, that'll endure. 2 of Coins. This is why the question was, can one trust it? This is something that can be worked on, though. I'm hearing it's the reward of, because normally in the two of coins, 2 of Pentacles, you see someone juggling, as you do see here, but there's stability at the foundation in this one. So this is more so coming through as an integration of the lessons, Jupiter and Capricorn, where now one is able to trust the offer that is coming in, and therefore with trusting the offer, because they trust themselves and they have discernment to know if it's something that is of healing, or knowing the difference between the medicine and the poison when it comes to anything that's going on in their life. They're able to be open and receptive to the opportunities that are reciprocal in energy. Tell me more about this. The Queen of Swords. Wow, direct communication. Libra. And then the 5 of Swords, which is basically here with the 8 of Swords in reverse and the 3 of Swords upright. This is what collective is being asked to let go of. Any type of communication that had to do with that showed in the beginning stages a lack of reciprocity or attachment and things of that nature. You've gone through enough lessons to know the difference of something that is or is not when it comes to attachment. Yeah, releasing attachment. Wow. Queen of Swords. 5 of Cups. This was that, yeah, we're speaking directly to the collective's, what's at the forefront of the mind. Show me the connection here between what's next and collective's mind here. Strength, which showed up earlier. Tired of the bullshit, basically. But listen, see, that's perfect example. Being tired of the constant BS and the constant loops. Well, now this portal with Virgo 29 degrees solar eclipse is helping you with that. It's giving you back your strength. And look. A moment lasting a lifetime for infinity. As above, so below. Wow. Make room for the new. Make room for the new. For the ones that are manipulating an old cycle to be new, for the ones manipulating an old cycle to be new, Source, what is your advice? What's the, because that was picked up on quite strongly there. Let me get my cards for that. Hold on. Manipulating an old cycle to be the new. Yeah. Learn to accept what you cannot change. It's going to take you to have the courage, faith, which means that knowing that all is well moving forward to move forward. Just know that whatever it is that you experience, in this situation that you may attempting to manipulate to be a new cycle, but that cycle is over with, It had to happen this way so that way you can get the sense of freedom and higher love to break toxic patterns. 717, whoever that is, you've been seeing that number quite a bit. Okay? You want to stand your ground in order to move positively forward. It may come across as an emotional loss, but this is Mars and Scorpio. Mars is going into Scorpio tomorrow, so that's going to make it easy. Yo, when I tell you the cosmic alignment right now to release the old and allow the new in, this is, oof, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss alignment right now. For it to be that way. Yeah. And some of you had to be the judge, extensions of source, the eyes of source in certain dynamics with certain relationships and what people were doing to manipulate an old cycle from happening again. Manipulating an old cycle to happen again. What's this? We got Proverbs 24:5. A wise man is strong and is better than a strong man, and a man of knowledge increases and strengthens his power. Your experience, for those that are attempting to bring an old cycle in as the new, when that old cycle is a toxic pattern that has to be broken, just know that that experience is reminding you of who and all that you are, so that way you can stop settling. Because to settle is to stop learning or to cease remembrance or evolving. You could be a manifester in human design, the pioneer, the one who speaks life into existence. Communication is key for you. And the fact that the Five of Swords showed his way in, that's one of the toxic patterns. A lack of communication is a lack of positive communication, productive, effective communication. It's just always arguments and one not hearing the other. It's too much shit. Yeah. The connection may be emotional. That's what we picked up on earlier. However, this has been examined by the ancient creator. The moment of your holy parents has arrived. That situation, it is finished. Okay, it's a past life cycle that you had to close out to step into your God energy. You may have been seeing the numbers 999, 777, 333, 111, 888. We got the pale horse coming through, Revelation 6, verses 7 through 8, the horse of death. Yeah, this situation was to activate the phoenix archetype, burning away the temporal so that the eternal self may emerge. This is bringing forth for ego death, ancestral clearing, and soul transmutation. Don't resist the change here, my love, okay? Don't resist the change here. There may be some sort of spiritual connection, but it's coming through as a scam. It's not an actual spiritual connection, because one of them, on one side, either you or this person, is not moving from a higher vibrational spiritual state. And it triggers them because you live your purpose. And as you live your purpose, it instantly banishes enemies. But some of you could be in a relationship with an enemy, actually an enemy, that you may be wanting to recreate a new cycle. But that is literally the version of you, the inner you, the enemy within you. That is time for that to dissolve. Let's move on from that. Okay? Because this energy here is for the one who is ready for that, you know, that new cycle from the purification and release of the old one. You know? Clear that old vibration. Release those old cycles. Release those old cycles. Oh, shit. Okay. What's the advice here? That literally felt the same way that source is moving here for you. It's moving the old out the way completely. So you can step into the joy, step by step, of the new. What's next? What's the advice? Ooh, we had the Ace of Pentacles right there. A new opportunity, wonderful new beginning, golden opportunity. What's the advice? We got the Six of Wands, Jupiter and Leo. It's time for you to integrate these lessons so you can utilize the abundance that comes through self-expression. Okay? Being able to express your emotions freely. Which also brings success recognition through alignment. Six of Wands, victory and success. Of the training that you've experienced, Saturn and Leo. The resistance you may have at one point experienced in expressing yourself, you now utilized it as fuel to your fire, fueling your passion. Following what your passion is, following your passion connects you to the abundance of wealth. Your passion it brings forth your wealth. Because the solutions that you come up with to align with your passion is exactly what brings you your wealth. Something here have to do with traveling. We got the Knight of Wands, King of Cups, and the Emperor. Whoa, shit. Wow. That's coming through as what's happening next, where you receive a message from someone who clearly sees your experience, or y'all may share a similar journey spiritually. It's not the way it used to be before, and something may appear to be too amazing to be true, but that energy presents itself and you see the growth from a knight to a king to an emperor. That's crazy. The way they express themselves comes through with a lot of passion. They're highly intuitive, emotionally intelligent, and they're about their shit. Yeah, they've gone through a level of darkness to align with their true identity as well and authority. This is a prosperous connection here. Sagittarius, Moon in Scorpio. Sagittarius Sun's Aries or Sagittarius Sun with the Scorpio Moon. Where something is significant about Sagittarius, Scorpio, and Aries. And Leo with the Six of Wands. Okay, so the integration of your sight, your identity, and the deep, intense emotions, the integration of those three brings forth victory and success and abundance of wealth. I'm here to stop feeling sorry for yourself. It's the feeling sorry for yourself that is stripping you away from your strength and courage. Basically looking for others to understand you. As long as you understand yourself, that's what matters most. And in due time, you'll be aligned with those who overstand. Look at that. Beautiful new opportunity. Back to back. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and there goes the Nine of Cups. Yeah, that's what's happening next here. So the advice is for you to have victory and success in this new partnership that's coming through. It's time for you to integrate your clear inner knowing, Sagittarius energy, your philosophy, your identity, being courageous and strong enough to trust and know what you know, being who you are, know that you are loved, know that you are strength, knowing that you're courage, knowing that you're wealth, knowing that you are valuable, you are value, knowing your value, while also being emotionally intelligent and intuitive. Trusting your intuition before it makes sense. Come through. What's in the environment? We got the Queen of Wands. Ooh. That something about a mother is significant of a fire sign male, water sign male. Or an Aries woman with the Sagittarius sun is also significant. However, the Queen of Wands here, you're with the Queen of Wands here. The way you're being viewed by your external environment is someone who knows their purpose, someone who knows who they are. This is Aries, I am that I am energy. Someone who knows who they are. That's the way you're being viewed. And what's in your environment is the recognition of who you are. You recognizing who you are, what's in your environment is reflecting that, where people know that they can't basically fuck around with you on some, oh, they don't know what they're doing, they don't know what they talking about, oh shit. You've changed. Wow. You've changed. You transformed. That can even be the conversation where you may have not realized who you were being watched by, and they've seen your transformation and you stepping into your purpose. Look at that shit. Yo, and speaking, when I was telling you about the integration of the advice, this is the exact card that was coming to mind. 3 of Pentacles, Mars in Capricorn. One who knows their authority, in alignment to their inner authority. Who else would it be? Yo, that was at the top of the deck. What's in the center? Oof, you're very powerful. Very magnetic and powerful. No one can have control over you. That's part of the change that people are seeing. And what's being reflected back to your environment is an opportunity to align with those who know their power but don't misuse it. A meeting of the minds, I'm getting. A meeting of the minds in alignment to one's passions. What's the connection here? 5 of Cups and the Crown. The 10 of... Yo, what? Write your story. Tell your story. 10 of Coins. Yeah, see, someone does have a child. There's something about a child. Or an idea, birthing an idea. And then the 10 of Cups. The 30th could be of significance of this month. It's literally 7:30 right now, which is 19:30. So 30th of this month could be of significance. What's happening? That's already what, 8 lucid moments as of the point that Mars goes into Scorpio. And again, when Mars goes into Scorpio, it allows you to fight for your independence. There's an increase in ambition, going towards a certain direction, giving you an extreme flow of energy, readiness to overcome every obstacle and undertake risk. You're prepared for any sort of competition. 5 of Wands energy, in a sense. Have an increased sense of motivation. What happens on the 30th? Let me see. The sun goes into Libra, and it forms a trine to Pluto in Aquarius, which gives for favorable changes when it comes to introducing something new. The ability to influence others is enhanced, gives one a keen perception, clear insight, and elimination of distractions. Yeah, this, okay. Wow. I just heard no one's getting in the way of the family. The truth of the family. What's this? Tell me more. The Knight of Swords. Gemini, communication. I heard say it with your chest with that Queen of Wands. I am. You are someone who you carry the power of life and death on your tongue. Especially with Knight of Swords, Gemini, Mercury, transporter of the high and lower realm, messenger. Tell me more about this. Mercury in Libra, Jupiter in Cancer, the square. So a revelation that leads to favorable long-term planning when it comes to any type of business deals. Or significant partnership, relationship. Something is revealed here about a significant partnership, relationship. The 30th. The 30th is what? That's Tuesday. That's a Mars day at that. Well, shit. Okay. Vessel. Let me see. Source. In the 5th pillar. Godly. VSSV could be of significance. So we have the letter E of embodiment. Embodiment of source. What is happening? Cutting right through the air of deception. Your wealth comes through your purpose. Part of that purpose has to do with your ability to cut right through the air of deception. Some of you are supposed to be wealthy from your voice, your communication. Wow. The E of embodiment and vessel. Yeah, you cannot perform sacredness. You become the sacred through cellular resonance. Walk, breathe, move as if you are already the answer. Your posture reconfigures the geometry of any space. When your body is honest, the universe responds with design. The command, I align bone to blueprint, blood to song. I walk as the map I once sought. Be the direction you're looking for. Whew. Be the direction you're looking for. With the 5th pillar showing up here as well. Be the direction you're looking for. The time just went to 100. 100 on the screen. You're in the essence of embodying spirit, the divine will incarnate. Becoming, or being rather, the unifying principle that animates and harmonizes the other four. So basically moving as the axis mundi, the living current, that connects above and below, within and beyond. So the alignment of the chakras here, embodiment. Let's see what significance. E could be of significance here too. SVE, Ves, Sev, 7, 7, 7. The 28th. The 28th. Okay. What we got here? Destiny swap, justice is here. Because what's for you is for you. Tell me about the column. The chakra column, 737. Show me. Source is bringing you insight. Yeah. Within 6 to 7, 6 to 13. 6 to 13. And that's the death card here. Insight, understanding, awakening, and awareness, self-evaluation. Insight. What's in your environment, showing up in your environment, and the reason why you're being advised to integrate your sight, to integrate the I am, the I see, and the I desire and transform. I transform and I desire. To integrate your 1st house, 8th, and 9th house. Numbers 981 is also significant. 819. 9/9/18, that's here also with the moon as your challenge. Do not reason with the information that you receive as understanding or awareness and awakening. Feel it. Do not reason with it. Feel it. Okay? Solar plexus. Wow. 15. 6. 24th. 24th. The 24th is a Mercury day, ain't it? Yeah, Wednesday. Solar plexus. The bringing forth of healthy energy, effectiveness, spontaneity, and non-dominating power, wisdom power. Realizing that your talents is what brings you joy. Okay? Realizing an opportunity showing up where you would have to utilize your talent. Seeing, that's this Knight of Wands, Sagittarius. Seeing. It was just 7:37, 2 minutes ago. See perspective, knowledge, truth, clarity, awareness of what's being brought forth to you that is of healthy energy will come through your mind's eye. That's already happened though. It's already happened with Mercury and Sagittarius showing up here. And that's also part of the advice with the Knight of Wands, Sagittarius, letting you know that you already seen the truth to bring balance to your situation. Move accordingly. So again, the energy of don't attempt to manipulate and holding on to old cycles that you won't be able to hold on to anymore. Not in this energy. Not in the cosmic alignment we're in now. Yeah, responsibility. This could be you feeling as though you've been responsible for others and just neglecting yourself. Look at that too. We just mentioned that it was 7:37, 2 minutes ago. 3, 17, choice. Making the choice to also hold yourself accountable and not blaming others for a lack of abundance or success, Yeah. Tapping into the truth of your intelligence, perception. 9, wow. Base chakra, solar plexus, yeah. Your foundation and your desires is influenced by personal boundaries. You have to make a choice here now. Yeah, personal boundaries. No longer allowing yourself to not take care of yourself and utilizing that taking care for others is the reason why. Don't stop making those excuses. Passion. Or feeling as though you don't have time to follow your passions because you have this, that. Nope, those are excuses. You do have, and you better align with it because your inner child is screaming for that. Visualization, yeah. 1840, 9, 4, 13, 9 and 4, which is here. So that would be, let me see, specifically what, between 6 and 9. That's the version of your inner child that's screaming at you to reconnect with innocence and wonder. Okay. Be on that bullshit. Don't be on that bullshit. Additional advice, which is the hopes and fears. Additional advice. This is the time for, wow, a desire coming true, being one with your reality. Why did I just see this? Let me pull a card from this deck. The way that shit just screamed in my mind's eye right now. Let me get a message from this deck that I haven't used this in a minute. Let me see. What's the message here? Whoa. This is the time of no longer betraying yourself. And the Six of Pentacles. Shit going downhill. Golly. Because that's what you know. The shit going downhill, you keep going with it. And you have an option not to. You can make the choice not to. You know? Let me get it from the text here. This Ten of Swords. I love the artwork on this deck. Let me see something. We're going to look at both Ten of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. Whatever this shit is that's going down the drain, down the hill, this shit is tiring. The game is over. You may have lost. There's no way to avoid this reality. Whatever you were working toward has come to an end. It may be a strange comfort to know that this is as bad as it's going to get. And with the Nine of Swords, things will only improve from this point. It's supposed to be Ten of Swords. That's a whole ass typo. But anyway, for now, there's nothing to do but to pick up the pieces and call it a day. That shit is tiring. That shit is painful too. Painful and tired. Your higher self is tapped into noble intentions now. Once you let all that shit go, your higher self will be tapped into noble intentions now, and all should flow smoothly. Work with experts or a team to find the best way to use your resources for the greatest purpose of all. If you are the one in need of assistance, there are people in power who are ready to pitch in and support your endeavor. And some of you may be resisting that because of past situations that made you feel as though you couldn't work with people, but they were part of the cycles and the lessons where you are now able to determine that energy when it's around you, not to allow it to keep you in a cage of not being able to work with others. Because this is also having to do with the collective here. Yeah, there's a decision, a waiting game happening when it comes to this. Three of Pentacles, working with others. That's the leap of faith you're being guided to take here. There's literally someone who is just as intuitive. Yeah, two Queen of Cups back to back. Two of Pentacles right there. Tower moment. Okay. Tower moment, Knight of Cups. Let me see what this is. And the Fool. Where did the Fool show up again? Up here. Put it up here. See, this is about attempting to take a leap forward with something that is a blockage already, that is over with. Yeah, that's literally was at the basis of your spread. It's the Page of Coins in a challenging position with the Moon right behind it, and there goes the Three of Pentacles. You're an Empress in this whole situation. You just have to speak your truth, which you have possibly already done, but you may have spoken the truth and went back into the same situation. And this is why it keeps going back and forth, and now it's exhausting. You're not tired? Whoever that's for? That shit is causing heart chakra to be all, you disconnected from the heart chakra. It's cold in there. That's a real cold sensation coming through there again. Greetings, darling. Yeah, that's... You know what I just felt just now? You know when you notice that you're bleeding from a wound, that hot and cold? That's how deeply this situation is that has to be severed and removed itself from. One has to remove themselves from it. So this is the divine timing for it right now. When it comes to anything that you were hoping for it to work out because of some sort of fear, because the fear connects you to hoping something will work out. When you release the fear and you allow yourself to go into an uncomfortable state to see things exactly for what it is so you can make the proper decision, you can now know what the decision is. And you're no longer hoping for something to be what it even shouldn't be. You know what I mean? Come on now. Justice showing up again. In the section of hopes and fears, you got the Wheel of Fortune and Justice. This has already happened before, but now this is the final completion of a cycle. 7:13 on the clock, 7:49, but 13. That's 11 right there. The collective's body is literally going through spiritual surgery right now. You can feel that. High Priestess. And the opposition between the moon and Saturn. Opposition brings forth revelation of the Seven of Swords right here. Your immediate past. You already received that truth. The truth has already been revealed. Yeah, it's been revealed. King of Wands. When it comes to your leadership abilities, stepping into leadership with Temperance, being a true divine alchemist, turning nothing into something, and this something is massive emotional fulfillment, sacrifices that have been made, allowing the body to heal from that, walking away from that which no longer serves. There goes the Saturn and Pisces opposition with the Queen of Pentacles. We got the Devil, the Chariot, the Devil, Chariot, yo. What you begin now, as far as the essence of one being self-made, this precise movement forward, you've gone through so much with the Devil showing up back to back that there's really... You hear the statement, new levels, new devils, but these new devils ain't fucking with you. Not at all. Not at all. It's on a whole other level, putting respect on someone's name. 711577. Yeah, 7115 on the screen is 7:51 on the clock. Justice from the discrepancies of the unseen realms. I was about to say comment for, what's this called again? Wow. Outcome. 616 on the screen, 7117 now. Comment. Wow. The Hierophant. You may receive a comment from someone of a higher rank or higher, spiritually highly ranked, that also has connections in the physical realm, very wealthy. Taurus energy. Yeah, this is who wants to invest in you. 3 of Coins. Wow. King of Swords, one with the strategy. Aquarius, we have Aquarius, Taurus, Capricorn. Mars in Capricorn to be exact. They see your ambition. Yeah, they see your ambition. Someone's been watching your ass. This could also be an offer of love. Wow. So this is a destined meeting, the Hierophant again. This is a destined meeting. It's been on hold, but not delayed. Oof. It's been on hold, but not delayed. And because it's been on hold, it has a different energy to it, a much higher vibration of protection. We got the Seven of Wands, Mars and Leo with the Knight of Wands here showing up again. Yeah. This message that's coming in, this may require you to move. You may be required to move. Because this higher level of commitment is on both sides, work and pleasure. But there's a beautiful strategy to keep this going beautifully. Nine of Swords. Let's see. In my solitude. The Hermit, Virgo. Now, you've been watched as the star that you are, collective. Wow, you're whomever it is that's been working beside you from the unseen realms, what? What are you gonna tell them now? About what? Not this one, fine, this one. What are you gonna tell them now? What's this? What's this? Powerful? The reasons why you were provoked. Huh. You're safe, but you're being shown the reasons why you were provoked, or you went through some volatile situation. Reflection. Wow. 4 and 7, 11. To become more, telling you to become more self-aware. That's that Queen of Pentacles, the Chariot, Devil. You've been provoked as much as you've been provoked before you stepped into the level that you're stepping into now. So that way you can be self-aware. So that way you be intact with your self-love, where nothing can, come against you. No type of narcissistic behavior can come against you. Even if they attempted to, they don't recognize that you're also the judge. Look at that crack shot. You're the teacher in this whole shit. You're the ascended master in this whole thing. A lot of you, your awakening was provoked through a heartbreak, through grief. Yeah, that's what's going through the purification right now, the purging right now, from the solar plexus to your crown. With the solar eclipse, the moon is between the earth, heart, and the sun, crown. What's being eclipsed are the emotions that sit between there, the energy and emotion that sat between there. Yeah. So that way there could be space for this intuitive awakening, reawakening, to see things clearer. That was the message that came through before in another live as well, not seeing something clearly. What's this? The true path and direction of celebration. Not false sense of celebration or fulfillment of desires or fulfillment of emotion. Yeah, you have the knowledge now of what's the truth of celebration, who to celebrate with, who truly celebrates you, being placed into positions or situations where, you can honestly feel the love. It's not conditional. Very likely. Yeah. Many options. Adaptable. Going with the wind. Fabulous. No longer being in two-faced situations. Yeah. One more. This is it. Speak on it. Speak it into existence. Make it known. That's also a part of the outcome as well, is that you being able to express yourself without dimming your light, because you're not around people, or you won't be around people or relationships anymore that are not in alignment to your soul's path, and that which you're connecting to at this time moving forward is going to feel as though you're at home, secure, loved, family, belonging. And with that, my loves, that is your Virgo solar eclipse and Virgo message. I love you dearly. Have an amazing evening. Ciao. Mwah.